D3T Productions. It's a multimedia um, production service company.
D3T Productions is a full-service multimedia company. So we provide audio, video, photography, and graphic design to our clients. We work with independent artists, local businesses, and different types of talent and everything in between. As a company, we are really a creative hub. We gather people who have different skills and passions and interests and fuse them together to create a really cool project for each of our clients. So we're very collaborative, we're very passionate, and we really care about every single thing that we do, and we treat it as though it was our own vision, our own company, our own project every single time.
A group of young, ambitious, creative-minded people who, truly love what we do and are not afraid to try new things creatively. Not afraid to go against the grain, to make us unique and to stand out. When I was pretty young, actually, it started honestly just as a recording studio in my grandma's basement. I started at a young age, and I was just doing audio. I did audio for a lot of different things, churches, different concerts and things like that. And
D3T Productions began with Demetrius when he started doing audio work as a teenager, or he was doing live work younger, and that's where the D3T Productions company began.
From there, I had a lot of friends who were musicians or in bands, and they wanted their music recorded. And being that I was kind of the local sound guy that they knew, it was kind of one of those things of, hey, let's just try it. Let's try to record it and see what happens. And then from there, I figured out, man, this is more than just a hobby, I guess. It's more so something that I really enjoy.
And then on my side of things, I grew up in a different area pursuing music on my own, and I was classically trained and then began playing in bands, and started having this vision to not only play moving, passionate, powerful music, but to also create it. And I started writing, and I went to school for writing and making music and producing it, and then I moved out to the Chicago area, and in the process of doing what I loved and being around creative people, met D.
Again, just young kids trying new things, and from there it became more than just something to do with my friends, but it was kind of like, hey, I'm really interested in this. Let's make something of it. So then I gave it a name, and D3T Productions.
And we began working together in music, like, hey, I play piano, I write some music, but you have these people who want to sing original music, maybe they need a piano player. We started working together, and I began to realize that the vision that I had to write music and have a business that created music that was original and unique and had its own sound really fit in with his vision of being an audio production company at the time. And so we began working together and servicing clients and working with artists, and began to realize that there was something even more to this vision, and began growing together and growing this business together to be what it is today.
Small studio, in my grandma's basement. We became a full-on production service company based on a demand.
So D3T Productions had already begun growing by the time that I came on board and put my hand to that growth. So D had already started expanding into video work first with audio, but then also with film and editing. And so by the time I came along, he was already doing a little bit of that. And as we started working together with more artists and clients, saw that there was a greater need for not just audio work, but video work and photography and graphics and websites.
What I mean by that is a buddy of mine came to me, and again, this was still me as the local sound guy. He came to me with an idea of a movie, and he basically didn't give me a choice in the matter. It was just kind of like, hey bro, I have a movie, you should edit it for me. And I don't like to say no, especially not in an area that I think I could, potentially flourish. So, it began, I would go on set and just capture on location audio. I didn't, find that too difficult because again, it was audio. But then came time for post-production, it was a whole different monster, different ball game. But I went with it. I took it. And from there, similar to, getting a push from my friends who did music, it was kind of like, man, I'm not too bad at this thing. I mean, of course, I was walking in new territory, so it was new to me, but it was fun, and it kept my attention. And from there, again, it was just like, hey, this thing feels pretty good. Let's give it a go. Let's make something of it. And then before you know it, edited a full-length feature film. And even at that time, I didn't really market myself as a video editor, so to speak, because again, I was just getting started. But it felt too good to just kind of, and that was just a one-time thing. It was like I could go places with this.
And so being, creative people, having that drive to want to figure things out and to want to better ourselves as artists and technicians and creative people, we started learning how to do these things more and brought people onto our team who were already good at them, and started really building a full-service company that was first just for artists, but as word grew, we started working with companies and clients who work in many different fields, both creative and business and different industries. And we just continued to grow and are still growing today using all of those services. Our current services are audio production, video production, photography, media production like graphic design and web design.
So we do everything media, one-stop shop, providing small business owners, artists, creative people, just a place to anything that they could potentially think or ask about media-wise. My goal is to not let them walk out of the door with something or with a request that I can't provide. Full-service media production company. As crazy as it sounds, we don't just do audio, video, graphics, photography. There's still more. One that's fairly new to us as a company, D3T TV, and what that is an online network, an online platform for people who want to be seen and heard. Someone who wants to, have a TV show, sitcom, talk shows, sports, tutorials, you name it. We are your platform for that, where we will come in as a production company and produce, your show, produce your videos, produce your whatever your content is, produce it, and publish it, get it out there on our network. Whether you have free material that you want people to see, or you have subscriber-worthy content, we are there every step of the way to provide.
Our other brand is D3T Music, and it kind of grew out of our audio services and started really as a group of artists and musicians who would show up on various projects or work together on things. And we realized, it's about time that we just call this what it is. It's our independent label service. So D3T Music really embodies all the things that we did for artists already and then adds a few more. So we have our production and we have our promotion and we distribute music both digitally and physically for our label artists. However, because we're an independent label, we're kind of unique in that we allow artists to have a lot of creative input and we make sure that their vision remains intact throughout the entire project.
Our goal is very much client oriented. How can we help you? How can we make your dream, your vision become a reality? How can we make you comfortable throughout every step of that entire process?
Our vision is really just to continue to help other people create what they love and to make their vision a reality. So our logo, that puzzle piece with the different images of things that we do inside, can take a lot of different meanings to different people, but I think that it's sort of intended to be that way because your missing piece is probably going to look different than the next person's, and that is our goal. We want to be the piece that you're missing to really bring your vision to life, sort of making that whole team complete or making the whole picture come together for you.
Name of the company originally, again, it was just a small studio in my grandma's basement, and I gave it a name. My name is Demetrius Tony, and I just was like, hey, that works. Not to say that I didn't think it was going to be anything. Okay, I didn't think it was going to be anything compared to where I am today, but it was just something that hey, here's your name, and there you are. But looking back on it, it's stuck over time, and it became something more than I ever thought it would be, and that is, a production company first and foremost, but we provide 3 different services as a production company. So you've got your audio, but you've also got visual as far as video graphics, and then you've got website. So the 3 services that we offer. But then for me as an individual, as a entrepreneur, 3 words that I just kind of thrive off of is dream, drive, do. And for me, what that is very much what it says. There's a dream. And that's great, but if you don't have a drive or a passion or a fire to really go after it, then it's nothing. So there's your drive. And then, okay, you've got your dream and your drive, but if you're not doing anything about it, then again, what's the point? So just, again, this entire process of being an entrepreneur, starting a company, it starts as a dream. Now you've got the passion and drive to do it. Now you're doing it, and that's ultimately, where we are today as a company is we're doers of our dream because of a drive that we had.